Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture on the numerical methods. Today we will discuss about how you can construct the MATLAB code of Newton's forward interpolation formula. That's a part of the interpolation theory. Myself Dr. Garg, working in the School of Mathematics, Thapar Institute, India. You can contact me, either of my email IDs are there, or else simply follow this link for finding the more updated videos on the MATLAB code of numerical methods. So let's start with this video. So first of all, what is the Newton forward formula is there? Newton forward formula is also called as Newton Grigori formulas are there, and make sure that it is applicable only when they have the equal intervals. What is the meaning of the equal interval is that is whatever the what is the difference between the x1 minus x0, there is the same difference between the x2 minus x1, same as that of the x3 minus x2, and so on. So whenever there is this property satisfied, we call as the equal intervals. So once you have this property, then you can find this you can fit the polynomials corresponding to this x0, x0, y0, x1 and so on, and the formula for them is here. That is a function value at a point x0 plus u, where u is defined as x minus x0 by h. H is called as the width, which is nothing but my x2 minus x1, or you can say the x1 minus x0, because all are same. Delta is called as the forward divided difference, and this is the formula for that. And we have already discussed about that, how we can solve these numerical examples. We illustrate this with the help of the 3-step rule, and same in this MATLAB programming we will describe how you can construct the MATLAB code with the help of these 3 steps are there. For example, firstly you have to construct the difference table, and then you have to construct the value of u, and then you have to this. So make sure that there is no need to cram this formula there. I will tell you how you can remember that. Also in the last lecture we have seen how these 3-step rules will made, and how we can solve the various examples related to this problem. You can browse this link or else see the description part for more detail about this Newton forward formula. So let me firstly elaborate you. We will try to construct the MATLAB code for this, and after that we will try to construct this for the journal, any of the whether there are 4 data sets are there, or it may have more and more. So there is not a big problem. So how you can construct this MATLAB code? So let's firstly describe what is the 3-step rule, so that we will recognize this into the MATLAB programming. So first step is that you have to construct the difference table. How you can construct the difference table? You have this x value, I can call as the x, and this is called as the y. Y is nothing but my f of x, that is sine of theta is there. This is my y. So in the MATLAB you have to provide these 2 inputs are there. After finding this, now you have how you can construct the divided difference. This is the first divided difference, that is this minus this, this minus this, this minus this. That is, you can say, if I call it, this is my y1, this is y2, this is y3, this is y4. Then I firstly calculate y2 minus y1 here, then here is y3 minus y2, here is y4 minus y3. Also you can see the difference between them here, this and this are same, that is the equal intervals there. So therefore you have to calculate this minus this and so on. Again you can calculate the second divided difference, that is again by using same rule, this minus this, this minus this are there, you will get here. Again you will calculate the value of the delta q until this number becomes a single. You have to continue them. Now it's a single number, so there is no need to calculate the del 4. Now once you will construct this divided difference, what is the step number 2 is? We will see how we can construct this in the MATLAB. What is the step number 2 is? You have to define the value of the u, x minus x0 by h. What is the h in this case is? The difference between them is my 5. What is the x0 is? You can take any of the value as x0. What is the value of the x is? We need to calculate the value at 52. So I can consider x as my 52, and x0 I can consider any of thing. If I consider this as a first, so I can box them. So the value is here 1.4. Now the final step is you have to write this formula. How you can remember this formula is, so look at that, the maximum value is the del cube. You have to start with the y1, that is since I box this value, so I can consider all these first values are there. Remember that if you consider x0 instead of the 45 is a 50, like here, that's a second value. So you have to consider the second value in each of the case. Now how you can remember that? This is the u first time of this value, plus it's a second, that is a uc2, u minus 1 upon 2 factorial of second value is a cube, so you have to write the three values are there. Now you can substitute all the values are here. This is the first value, this is the first value, and so on, and in this case you will get the required answer as here. So this is the theory way we already discussed in the last class. Now how we can construct into the MATLAB. So let's see here. We can start with this same MATLAB programming are there. You can see that what is the answer is 0.7880. So let's see what will happen in the MATLAB window. So we can start with the format short. I hope you all know that what is the meaning of the format short is. Let me explain you. If I write here as a format short, then what will happen if I write as a 1 by 3? That is, short means anything which is display up to the 4 decimal places. Look at that. If I write here as a format long, I can write as a 1 by 3. You can see the output as up to the 16 decimal places. So since it's a MATLAB programming, so that's depending upon you, that whether you want to include as a format short or format long. Second line is you have to clear all these store variable. Like here you can see that so far if I call as 1 by 3, if I denoted h as a 1 by 3, then what is the value of the h is here. So now if I write here as a clear all, what is the meaning of that is, now if I write the value of the h, it becomes the error, that is undefined variable, because I have used the clear all. Clear all means clear all these store variables. And the make sure that the last thing is the clear the screen, since once you will put the output, there are so many lines which are displayed on the screen, so you have to put the as a CLC called as the clear screen. Now the screen will be clear. Now once you are setting this one, now you can define these inputs are there. So remember, in my first step is that you have to construct the difference table, that is first called x column, second is the y. So these are x and y, so you have to input the value of the x, whatever you have, 40, 45, put one space in between them. Second, you can consider as a y this and this as a y. So once you will be here, another thing is that you need the value of the x here. So this is the input value. So someone may calculate the value at 48, someone may want to calculate the values at the 41, and so on. So I can call as input the target value. What is that? This is my target value. So I can consider x is input the target value. So you can see what is the meaning of that. So if I write here, you can see if I called this as x here, what is the meaning of that? If I so it means they will ask you input the value of the x. So if I call as a 52, you can put them as here. That's the meaning of it. That's a user defined, so you can change them every time. So once it will be there, you can put them as a 34 and so on. Otherwise, if you don't want to put up here, you can use like here x is, you want to calculate at 52, you can write here as x is 52 directly with the semicolon. So that's depending upon you, whether you want to put up the input from the users or you can take directly from the here. Now you can see how many length of this. Look at that. What is the value of this is 4. So the n of length of x is 4. Otherwise you can also write it directly as n is 4, but I always recommend like this way. So what is the meaning of that is, if you want to add some more elements, it would automatically be updated. So you can see that if I write here as x is say 45, 50, 55, 60. So what is the, if I say n is length of x, so it will give you 4. But if I increase some more values are there, say 67 and say 56, then again I will write here as a length is, it will automatically compute it as a 6. So that's why I always prefer you have to use this instead of here, because if you use this, then it is particular for this program. Then now in order to construct the divided difference, so you need to compute this value, del square, del cube, del 4 and so on. So how many values are there? So if it consists of the n values, so definitely it will be all are there. So I can consider the n cross n values are there. So initially I put all these values as a 0. So you can see the 0 n cross n. So I can say zeros n cross n. So you can see all those values are initially 0. I can place them in once we will calculate. Now in order to write this value, so this is the first, this is the divided difference, or this is the difference we have computed. The first column is my y. So y I already calculated that, so I can place them as a semicolon. This is for the column, this is for the row. Okay, so I can place the value of the y as a first column. You can see I can write here as, firstly this is, I can call as y as say 0.7056, 0.8122, 0.78. I can consider the random values are here for say. Okay, now what is the meaning of this is, if I consider this as a column, because this value is my row, so I can consider as a row. You can see that I can firstly format. Now it's a long values are there, so I can short them as a format short. Now you can see the first values is stored in the form of the y's are there. Similarly, we can update the values at here. Now how you can compute the second value? Once you will here, this is y, then you have to compute the delta, that is y2 minus y1, whatever the value you have right here, then is y3 minus y2, then is y4 minus y3, and so on. So these values are taken from the y, that is the first column, and the first column is stored in the form of capital D. So we can compute the difference table. You can see this is the value, we can fix the value, and you can see the y2 minus y1, that is the second row minus first row, y3 minus y2. So I plus 1 to I, column is same. Now since it is a I plus 1 and I have to write the value here x, y, delta square. So this value is already stored in the form of the first column. You can see here. Now the next value is stored in the form of the second column. So that's why I can start the row loop from the second 2 to n. And how many rows are there? We can start from the first row to n minus j plus 1 are there, and I can write this formula as here, that is d of ij is capital D I plus 1, j minus 1, and so on. So once you will write here, you can see we will compute the difference table. So this here, so I can show you if you want to run this file, say here. So you can see whatever the value you want, say in this case is 52. So you can see that these are the four values, 0.7071. You can see that these are the values of the y, and then this is second column, three values, that is this minus this, it will be here, and so on. Then this minus this minus this, and so on. So this is the difference table here. Now once we will be compute here, then what is that? This is my step number 1 is there. So that is the step number 1 is my code of here. Now once you will write here, then the second step is you have to define the value of the u and write this formula. That's again very simple, one line is there. So in order to define this, we need the firstly value of the h. So I can define the value of the h as x2 minus x1. x0, you need the value of the x0, so I can consider the x0 as a first value. So I can write here as the x0 is x of 1. What is the small x? That is the value at which you have to calculate. So this value I have stored in the form of, you can see in the form of the capital X, input the value. So I can write here the u as x minus x0, that's the first value, divided by h. So that is a compute the u. Once you are writing the u, then we have to write this formula into the MATLAB. So how you can write, because this is infinite, how you can write that? We can simply see this a y1, that is a first value. So I call as this as a y1, this value as a, and this u as my call as a g, because again you can see that this is a u minus 1, that's a repetition are there. And what is the value of the del is, this value of the del is stored in the form of the capital D. So then we can write this loop as there 1 to n minus 1. Why it's n minus 1? Because remember that we have to store the divided difference from the 2 to n. So that's why I can taken as a n minus 1. So I can write this value as a, this value as a my g. This is the divided difference of the k plus 1. Why? Because the first column is corresponding to the y, while this delta square and so on are start from the 2 to n as in the previous loop. So that's why I write as a k plus 1. Otherwise you can write here as a 2 instead of them as a 2, and then write here as a k, that's depending on the u. So what is the meaning of that? This is up to here. Now you have to write this infinite loop. So can I write this term as of u minus 1 upon 2 factorial is, I can write here. So what is that? This is u of u minus 1 is my this part, that is a g. How you can write this part is u minus 1 u minus 2. I can write the 3 factorial as 3, 2, 1. So you can see that this value is same as that of the previous value. So therefore I can write here as a u minus k, like a u minus k, and divided by 3 factorial I can write as a 3, 2, 1. That is 2 and that there is 3. So that is a k plus 1, and this is of the previous value, because you can see here u minus 2 upon 3, 2, 1. So this is the previous value. You can see that this is the previous value. So that is the previous value stored in the form of g, and the next value is u minus 2 upon 3. So if it is 2, then it's a 3. So if it is k, then it's a k plus 1. So once it will be looped here, the final answer will store in the form of the capital A. Therefore the value of the y is my A. So that's you can print them. This is the end of this MATLAB course. You can see that if I run the value here for the MATLAB window, so you can run this file, and what is the target for that? You want to calculate the 52. You can see that the answer is 0.777880. Similarly, if you want to see another value, so say instead of the 52 you want to calculate the sine of 50, you can that. So you can also see that what is the value of the sine 50. This is always in a radians, you have to convert into that. So this is the value at the sine 50. Similarly, this is for the one particular problem, but now you can see how you can change them. So if you consider some another problem, you can see that you can construct the divided difference table here, and finally you can solve this problem similarly. So how you can change them into in the journal? So you can see that you whatever the code you have written here, you have to change only the value of the x and y. Now in this example the values are my this. So what you can do is you have to simply replace the x and y value with the help of these values, like here. Rest nothing code will be changed, that's the same as such of this. You have to run this program same line and you will get the same MATLAB code. You can see that if I you can replace this value, I can put a comment on here and I can open this value, and now you can see I need the value at 1946. So I can put run this value, and you can see I need the value at 1946. You can see the value at 162.70625. So let me check whether this is the right answer for this or not. 162.7625. You can see that 0.70625 up there. So this means this is the way you can construct the generalized MATLAB code of Newton forward formula. So if you find any other difficulty regarding the MATLAB code of the numerical analysis, you can find this channel name, Dr. Garg, and the playlist is there where you can find the MATLAB code of the bisection, regular falsi, secant, Newton form, and many more are there in this channel. I hope you can enjoy this session all. You can find this channel, so this link are there. Best of luck students, happy learning.